Elections will hold a regular scheduled meeting of the members of the board on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 at 4 p.m. in the boardroom of the Mahoney County Board of Elections Office, 345 Oak Hill Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio. Would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Here.
Attorney Beatrice?
Here.
Mr. Orange?
Here.
Ms. Gilpesta?
Here.
Would the vice chairwoman of the board lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hopefully.
Can we have a moment of silence for our nation, please?
Should be.
Thank you. The chair will now recognize a motion to approve the minutes of the May 7th, 2024 regular board meeting.
so moved.
There's a motion made by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bob Arndt. Is there any discussions? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Gilpesta?
Yes.
The chair will now recognize a motion to entertain the bills of account and payments for April and May of 2024.
So moved.
There's a motion made by member Joyce Kilpesta. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Gilpesta?
Yes.
Chairman's report. The only thing I want to say is, how is our search going and where are we at with that?
With the building itself, we've talked to realtors, we've all been out looking, I think yourself, Sandy, myself, and Melissa. There's not a lot of commercial space out there. I think commissioners are at least talking to the one location in Austintown. And outside that, we're kind of at a standstill waiting for the commissioners to decide what they want to do with this building.
Okay. About programming the meeting live and allowing people to call in, how is that progressing?
Actually pretty good. The director of IT for the county, Jameson, is supposed to be here tonight. He canceled. He's gonna try and make next Monday's meeting. He's gonna order all the equipment for us. He's gonna talk about the camera, he's gonna talk about the phone and going live. And he's no problem with that. We've got friends from the Secretary of State's office and the prosecutor's office. So Jameson should be here next Monday.
Okay,
Can I ask a question?
go ahead.
The building you're talking about in Austintown, is that infrastructure that they're talking about behind the,
Correct, the old imposition.
So building?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty far out.
it
And
is.
it's not,
There's a plaza by the
Can anybody hear him?
Racino.
That's the one they're looking at.
That's the one they're looking at?
76 Drive or right
Yeah.
across the street.
but there's no bus service there.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yes, I checked it out. All right, anything else? The director's report.
Well, we're a week off from election, today. Today was the last day to turn in absentee applications. We're about 3,400 voters so far. That includes early and by mail. It's picked up a little this week, but we're still expecting a 7-8% turnout.
And can I ask a question? When this is done, we submit a bill to the state and they reimburse us?
That's correct, right? Melissa?
Yeah, they told us what expenditures are allowed, which is all of them, because they're responsible for this election. And then we turn that into the state after like sometimes they give it to us ahead of time, this time it's gonna be a reimbursement.
Okay.
All the poll workers have been hired, we're at full staff there.
Good.
All the locations secured, machines started going out yesterday. Everything's ready to go.
Training's tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any unfinished business?
We do have to set up our certification audit meeting dates. These are the dates.
First one.
Okay, so for certification, we're looking at June 27th at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Hold on one second.
We'll check with you guys before we,
The date is
June 27th at 9 a.m. to open and 2 p.m. to certify.
Okay.
Thursday, the 27th, that's okay for me.
I'm trying to get it as close to being.
Wait, we
done.
have the,
Conference, the 24th, 25th, and 26th.
That's right.
We'll be
so
back.
we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
All right, I can do that, date's good for me.
And then the audit, the soonest we could do it was 6 days after, which is July 2nd, 2024, 9 AM and 11.
I won't be in town.
Would 3 be sufficient?
Yes, 3 sufficient.
Yeah, I already have that on there.
So we want, we're shooting for July 2nd?
Yeah, at 9 AM and then we'll come reconvene at 11:30 AM. We feel that that would be enough time. 'cause it's-
Wait, hold on, when is the 27th? Yeah, I'll be here for that, but then I go on vacation the 28th.
Okay. Well, it's great if you could be here for that, and then the audit, as long as the other 3 can be.
Well, the audit's just the audit.
Right.
I'd be surprised if it's less than 100%. All right, anything else under unfinished business? Anything under new business?
Yes, I put in front of you House Bill 427, which the Legislative Committee has been working on. It's just a synopsis of what the bill is. But the biggest problem with the bill is the hand count. And I put in there a budget from Butler County, which conducted a hand count. It'll cost them over $827,000 if they did a hand count. And you have to do it at the polls, and it took them 5 days to
Wait a minute. They're proposing that we hand count the ballots
Yes.
at the polling locations the night, at 7 o'clock at night?
Yes,
Yeah, it's way old school.
it's way old school. And there's another part of the bill, which is another bill that they just threw out there about the drop boxes. They either want to eliminate the drop boxes or put a swipe card on the drop boxes for somebody to put their ballot in.
Wow.
There's a lot coming down. The only good thing is it probably won't come down before November because the legislature probably won't act on it. They've had one hearing on this 427.
I have a question. How do they propose we hand count the ballots
In
at the
shifts.
polling place?
In shifts. Pollers.
People will be there all night long.
Well, in the olden days, when I was, a long time ago, in the olden days, when we had the lever machines, they would stay and count the lever machines, but it was a little easier because you had the lever. But to hand count a paper ballot with, say, 10 candidates on it,
And switch it.
and switch, yeah, it's astronomical.
And the purpose for this is what?
It would eliminate all our machines.
Right.
I mean, all that money would be down the drain. We put
And
in-
this is gonna pass?
No,
No.
the legislation committee and the trustees took a opposition to this bill. The OAAO is actually gonna oppose this bill, the trustees, but, you know, who controls the legislation? You know, I mean, it's very dicey, and it could, you know, could be a very big problem for boards. Every board in the state is against it, every single board, so,
I can't imagine hand counting ballots
well,
when the audit is never less than 100%.
right. Butler County, they were almost 6% off with their hand counting, the accuracy of the machines. So, I mean, ours, in comparison, yes. So it's dicey.
I find that it says the cost of conducting a full hand count is estimated to require at least $827,000 in additional funding.
Right,
Okay.
and then the
There go your
people involved.
taxes.
And you know, the state will give us the money for that, that'll come out of Mahoning County's pocket.
Yeah,
You
correct.
know, which is not great, so.
And what is the chances of this bill passing?
I hope it's slim to none, but who knows, David, you know, I think they'll work on amendments to it, but it's a broad bill, and we're trying to get a lot of other organizations to go with the LAAO in opposition to this.
What's the Secretary of State's office position on this?
They haven't given us one yet,
They don't have one publicly at the moment.
yeah, they haven't.
Are they
given us
gonna
one.
develop one?
If they do, I will let you know.
Well, does the Secretary of State think that hand counting ballots and waiting weeks for results of elections is a good idea?
I would be surmising what he's thinking if I gave you his thinking to that effect.
I think the governor's court has said he'll be done as well.
Okay. All right, anything else under unfinished or new business? All right, now we're gonna go to the good of the order and public comments. All we ask is that you introduce yourself. You have 3 minutes to speak. It's not a back and forth. It is your chance to address the board and to exercise your First Amendment rights. Is there anything for the good of the order of public comments? Go ahead, stand up, introduce yourself.
You said that you were gonna find out about if we would be able to look at the
Hold on,
cameras.
your name?
Oh, Kathy Nielsen,
Kathy,
Nielsen
okay,
from Youngstown, Ohio.
okay, Kathy.
And last time I was here, I asked about the cameras for the next voting, and you said you were gonna find out if it would be able to be public, to see the drop boxes and stuff.
So,
Said you were gonna
This
find
is
out
not to be-
about
This
it.
is not to be a back and forth, but we will, if you have a question for us, you can submit it to us, and we'll submit it to you. The question is, can the cameras be publicly accessed? And we will find that out, and we will discuss it at the next board meeting. Does anyone else have a question or comment?
Was that your question, Kathy?
Yes. Yes,
Whether the public can access them or if
Yeah,
they were calibrated properly?
well, he said that they were gonna find out if it was all right for the public to be able to look at them and access them.
Look at the actual device itself or look
Yeah.
at the production of the device?
I don't know. I guess so.
All right, so Kathy, we're not gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
I will just state that the cameras are publicly accessible. If you'd write the director or the assistant director, they'll tell you how to find it, and they are calibrated. Anyone else for the good of the order, or public comments?
I was
Stand up, hold on. State your
Carolyn
name, please.
McLaughlin.
Carolyn,
I would like to know if, they have upgraded the security on the machines. There's a lot of cyber attacks going on, and I would like to know if they've upgraded the machines to make sure there's no way, new ways they can find to access the voting machines.
okay. So, thank you, good question. If you would write the director and assistant director, they will provide an answer to that. This is not a back and forth. It is a time for the public to address their concerns. And if you write a letter to the director or assistant director, the board will instruct them to answer your questions. I don't want this to get into a back and forth session. Is there anyone else for the good of the order or public comments?
I have one, but it's a question. So you're saying you won't answer the questions?
I'm saying that, could you stand up and state your name, please?
Greg D. Dominic?
Greg
D. Dominic?
D. Dominic. Greg, what we're trying to do is not make this a back and forth.
Why?
It is because we have a right to put a time, manner restriction on public comments. This is your chance to make a comment, to exercise your First Amendment rights. That doesn't mean that we have to have a back and forth. You can ask us questions. The board will instruct the director and assistant director to answer your questions. So you can pose anything you want to the board. You have 3 minutes.
My concern would be who is a decision maker of any changes that might be wanting to be made with local elections here in Mahoning County? Is that the Board of Elections can decide that?
Okay, I will instruct the director and assistant director to provide their address. They will answer your question in writing. I understand your question to be for changes in the how we conduct elections. We have to follow the state law and the mandates by the Secretary of State. That is our directive, and that's what we do.
If you decided that there could be an improvement made with the overall system, my understanding is that the county decides that with the majority vote of the board members. Do you know that to be the case?
Once again, I will instruct the director and assistant director to answer your question.
And when would we be able to have those questions answered?
They'll send you out an answer tomorrow.
Okay.
Is there anyone else for the good of the order of public comments? Hearing none, the next regularly scheduled board meeting of the Mahoning County Board of Elections is set for Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the boardroom of the Mahoney County Board of Elections offices at 345 Oak Hill Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, 44502, set to adjourn at the close of the polls, collection, tabulation, release of the unofficial special election vote results. At this point, the chair will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
There's a motion to adjourn made by member Joyce Kelpesta. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Bob Arndt. Is there any questions? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Petros?
Yes.
Mr. Arndt?
Boy, they should make it so they don't have to
Meeting is
answer
adjourned.
nothing.